Welcome to We Fix Games, a podcast where I play a game and Laura fixes it. Hello, Laura.
Hi, that's me.
That's good, because if it wasn't, then I would be very confused right now.
I would say get out of this recording. Who are you?
But you weren't here, so you couldn't say that.
Oh, okay. I would get out of the recording. Bye. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Boy, oh boy. We are
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah?
we are talking about a game called
I called Jerica. I'm so curious. My innocent brain wants to know. I hope it's a cute, cozy game with like adorable little drawings and nice music and simple
Yeah,
mechanics.
well, the mechanics are simple, I'll give you
Oh,
that.
great.
We're talking about a game called Mr. Furry,
Ooh.
Hot Muscles.
Mm.
A game that I bought on Steam for like 50 cents.
And that's such a deal because it was so good.
I mean, whoever made this game, selling it for 50 cents on Steam, they're probably making some decent money because they're like, if most people, if they're like me, they're like, what the fuck is this? Oh, 50 cents? All right, I'll find out.
Mm.
And you get enough people to do that, and you're just sitting in your yacht in the Mediterranean, sipping fucking champagne. And,
Because you gotta be rich to spend 50 cents on a game.
no, that's not. But if 3 million people spend 50 cents, that's $1.5
But you're talking
million.
about the creator has yacht.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
You were like, if you're gonna play this game, you're gonna be on your yacht in the middle of the ocean. I hope you're alone, if you know what I mean.
No. Don't be alone, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, don't be
is this
alone.
a multiplayer game?
It is thankfully not.
Okay.
I was alone when I played it, and I kind of wish I wasn't. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know if you could play this game on Twitch.
I have somebody did.
Oh.
Okay, it's not as
Fine.
bad. Okay. It is not
Sorry,
as bad.
what I have seen from the game, just for context, the only thing I've seen is a few screenshots, and one of which has a man in a cage surrounded by very, very muscular and very mostly naked animal men.
Yes.
They looked ready for something.
Well, they are. But you know what? You know what the fun thing about this game is? What
Okay.
they're ready for is not what you're expecting.
Oh, okay, what is it?
Laura is wiping their eyes because they're crying.
Yeah, it's true. When I get too silly, I start crying. Like just tears from my eyes.
I would like. I just want to, Laura. As we start here, I just want to share with you the title screen for this game.
Oh God, okay. Uh, my eye. Oh, there's so much to look at.
There is.
My eye was immediately drawn to. Is that? I've seen a TikTok about that guy. Yeah, and he was making a pizza, and then the house blew up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I hope that if I remember, I'll show it to you after, and I'll put it in the description because I don't really understand what's happening. What I'm looking at is several just normal men. One, I assume, are twins because they look the exact same. And one is this some kind of whale person? It's like
Okay.
almost an orca person, but not really. And a wolf and a dog and a wolf and a deer.
Yes.
Is this a static image for the title screen or just a screenshot?
Uh.
Well, I mean, it's paused, but
Yeah, it's paused, but it's static.
okay.
Um.
It just seems fitting.
Yeah. So I'm going to take you through this game.
One guy kind of looks like Jensen Ackles.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, it's okay, and you're not gonna tell me who they are? Okay, that's fine.
He's from Supernatural.
Oh, okay, I don't care.
I figured you wouldn't care.
Yeah. All I know about Supernatural is that there's was an angel or something, and he was supposedly in love with one of the brothers, and they were
Mhm.
cowards and didn't, you know, actually go with that like they should have.
Yeah, that's accurate, and the Jensen Ackles is the one that the angel loves.
Okay. That is more about Supernatural than I knew. So, hey, learning every day.
That's what this podcast is about.
Yes, it's about learning
Mhm.
and growing, and
Oh
apparently
god.
naked furry.
Sure
Um,
is about growing.
yep. Okay, so yeah, we have some animal dudes. They're all buff.
Like, incredibly buff. Some might say awkwardly buff, because one of them looks like there's, like, a log underneath the skin of the chest.
Yes, you're fucking right. I never noticed that.
I've been looking at it the whole time.
Oh wow. Actually, though, it's not terrible art, right? Like the face on that wolf guy looks pretty cool. Reminds me of was the werewolf guy from Darkstalkers.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, Darkstalkers was a Capcom video game akin
Eh,
to Street Fighter, but they used
oh,
monsters instead of
mm.
martial arts people. There was also an animated show and several anime OAVs. You've probably seen Lilith from Darkstalkers. She's the succubus that's very scantily clad.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Okay. Listeners, like, for real though, Darkstalkers,
I've
pretty good
probably
game.
seen Lilith.
And many of the characters appeared in the Marvel versus Capcom games as well.
I think that I am biased to if this is good artwork or not because I don't like overly beefy men drawings like this.
That is fair.
I
Also,
just feel like there's like two huge footballs on this dog's chest, and I am not a fan, but maybe
yeah,
some people like it.
maybe I don't know why the dog is the only one that's wearing pants.
Oh, yeah. The other ones should be showing something, but they're not. So now I am extra curious about what kind of game this is.
Yeah. Just from looking at this, you're like, okay, maybe we're gonna get into some weird sex play because there is a guy that's in like a bondage outfit. He's got like a gimp mask on and a spike collar. So you're like, okay.
Jensen Ackles is tastefully covering up his banana hammock.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks like playfully shy.
Okay.
Honestly, there are two dudes and they're the twins. They're wearing underwear with hearts on them and this person just looks like a zombie, maybe? Looks dead inside.
Well, Laura, that person is the main character of
Oh
this
god.
game.
Okay.
That's who you get to play as.
Okay. Wait, but there are two of so that you play two characters. There are two of these men.
I don't know why there are two.
Okay.
So the first thing I noticed when I'm playing, I'm like, okay, now there's like game modes. There's one that says Gachi Muchi with a little male symbol next to it. And then under that it says Mr. Furry with a little paw print. And then it says press F to use the flashlight, which I don't know why that's there because you can't do anything at this title screen. Now,
They're preparing you. They know you're about to take in a lot of information.
this is what happens when you click on the Gachi Muchi thing. Hold on.
Ooh, they're dancing now.
Oh yeah, they do move. I'm sorry, and that's not static. You
Okay,
got
okay.
like the
That makes it better. Oh my god! Okay, I'm so sorry. Pause it for a second. Okay, I thought see, this whale person has a tail, and I thought it was not a tail, and I was very scared.
Oh. So if you click on Gachimuchi, the animals go away and they're just dudes.
I'm vibing with the dance, and the wolf guy is, like, fanning himself. Ooh, it's hot in here.
Okay, so here you click on Gachimuchi.
Don't touch me there. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with this main person's armpit?
I don't know what happened.
There's a chunk out of his armpit. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play on this mode, so I don't know if these are the normal people that turn into the animals or not.
I
I'm
need to
not
look up what
sure.
gachimuchi means. It's a name given to the subculture of adult movies that involve muscular males wrestling in a pornographic manner. In a
Okay.
pornographic manner, it tells me it's not actual porn. They're just doing it a little bit sexy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the two options you have: animals and not. I mean, but
Okay.
like you're playing a game called Mr. Furry, so why are you not playing with the animal?
Yeah, that's true.
So then you hit play, and it says choose, and your options are you can click on where it says real man, and that's or not. Like there's I don't know why it's telling you to
Oh.
choose because it does you don't actually choose.
Oh, maybe it's assuming that you'll download a mod. Maybe this game is for mods.
Maybe, maybe.
I wish he had clothes on.
I also because he's not very attractive, and that's a
Yeah.
little shallow of me, maybe. But here we are.
I mean, that's why I said it, so.
Okay. So anyway, you start the game and you get a little bit of narration, and the guy's like, "Oh hey, it's been a rough day dealing with shit, and I just want to like relax." And you go into your apartment or hotel room. I'm not sure. Um, but and the narrator's like, "Oh, let's just play some video games." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna look around the apartment first." It's got a little emergency exit map on the back of the door, which makes me think it's a hotel. There's two rooms. There's the bathroom, which has a toilet and a really nice tub, actually,
Always good to have.
and a sink. And you can go into the bathroom to look at yourself in the mirror, but maybe don't.
Character customization?
No,
Yeah, I knew that was too much to hope for.
no.
The
And
game
also,
is 50 cents, alright? It's not
yeah.
a fault of the game, it was 50 cents.
So there's a bathroom, and then you go out, and then there's another room, and that's it. And I'm like, wait, where does this guy sleep? And I'm like,
Oh, wait, he doesn't have a bed?
that's what. No, there's no bed. And I'm like, wait, there's just a computer desk, and like another desk with a laptop on it, and a couch. And I'm like, okay. So then I look at the couch more, and uh, they they created a couch asset that is good enough for you to tell that yeah, it will come apart into a bed.
Oh.
So this is where, and like, well, no wonder he hates his life. This is how he lives.
Yeah. So he has a computer and a laptop?
Yeah, I don't know about what's up with that.
I feel like he needs to maybe have priorities in life. Does the computer look very old and shitty?
No, I think it's got like it's like a gaming computer.
So he decided to have a gaming computer instead of a bed. You know what? I take back any judgments. I understand.
Let me show you this picture here so that you can better understand life.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a nice little balcony, but yeah, so he's got this little console thing. It's a TV, laptop there, and then the computer desk, the gaming chair, and like RGB lit desk.
But no bed. We don't need a bed.
Oop, there is his bed.
Oh. Oh, there are like goals in the top. Collect dungeon set and
Shh,
drink hot
shh, shh,
milk.
shh, shh.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
Okay,
Not,
okay.
not there. Here, taking that away. So yeah, so he's got this little Spartan hotel room apartment. I don't know. Anyway, so you go to the computer and you hit the button to use, and there's a little bit more narration. It's like, oh, I started playing this game, Mr. Furry, and I kind of hated it.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is a little meta. And then all of a sudden, the men appeared, and now the some of the animal men appear in the apartment,
Oh no!
and he was like, "Oh, I kind of like this." And, and he talks about how like the smell of musky men, and he's like, I kind of liked it. I'm like, all right, well, then you're in the right place here.
Yeah, I found the right game. Did he buy it for 50 cents?
It doesn't say.
Okay. I'm just gonna assume that he bought all these men for 50 cents.
Yeah. And so the next thing you know, he's like, yeah, I want to go with the men. And then the next thing you know, you are in a cage in a dungeon.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, I find myself in a cage, and I have to find my way out, and this is going to be quite the experience, but we can handle it, right? It was like right ass or something like that. He's like, ass, we can do it. I'm like, okay.
Wait, like, he's talking to his ass?
Yes, he's
Oh,
suggesting that he and his ass are gonna be through some stuff,
actually really funny.
and I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do the thing. So then that's when you get the goals up the top, and as Laura had mentioned
You're
out of
welcome.
turn,
Well, don't show it to me if you don't want me to talk about it.
fine. You have find the jail key in the gym, save the dungeon masters, which is not as cool as it sounds.
No D&D in this game, huh?
Yeah, no D&D, and that's good. Collect dungeon set.
I never want you to say those words again. No D&D, and that's good.
Oh, okay. Well, no, because I don't want D&D to be sullied. Um,
Okay, fine.
and finally, drink hot milk.
Yeah, buddy.
Here's he says. This is what he says. I have to collect hot, sticky milk, dungeon items, and my most important goal: save dungeon masters. Then I can get the fuck out of this place. Ass, we can.
I like his ass, like, as a person.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, you can move around. And so I'm like, okay, I'm moving around and I'm looking at stuff. And the first thing you see is like a mask. And you can go and collect the mask and put it on. It's part of the dungeon set, so it's an outfit you gotta collect.
Is this game voice acted?
Only by you only hear the voice of the main character. So there's the mask.
Okay, it's like a cat mask, but, like,
Yep,
with 3 eyes.
yep. So I'm like, great, I collected 1 out of 5 of the dungeon set, and I drank 1 out of 30 hot milk.
You drink any hot milk? Was it you don't need to show me, I just wanna know what it was. Was
Oh
it
yeah,
literally just a glass of milk?
it was these little bottles of milk. Well,
Okay, I'm sorry, but 30 bottles of milk is too fucking much milk.
yes, especially when there's a sound that plays when you drink it.
I wanna hear the sound.
Yeah, I think you need to hear the sound because
There's, like, vibey music too. Why are you just staring at the wall for 500 years?
I don't actually know. And- oh yeah,
Ew, there's a
there's a
huge cockroach!
yes. He says in a Batman voice, white, sticky, thick milk. Every goddamn time you drink the milk.
White, sticky, thick milk.
Like I think we know what that really
Once again,
is.
listeners, that was white, sticky, thick milk. Just like
I
that.
We all know that actual milk isn't sticky, so
Yeah, we know what this is.
we know what it is.
We know what this is. So I'm like, all right, that's a thing. And I see this weird little bear mask or whatever. I'm like, okay.
It's a cat.
Deep, dark fantasies.
whatever.
It looked like a cat. To
Yeah.
me. I
So
like
I'm like,
cats.
I go down the hallway, and I'm like, okay. And then I see at the end of the hallway one of the furry dudes. I'm like, oh, okay. Except that furry dude, once he sees you, runs right at you. The music changes to more suspenseful. He runs right at you and starts beating the shit out of you.
No,
And I'm like, oh,
that's not sexy.
no. And that is when I realized that the point of this game is to collect all these things without getting the shit beat out of you by these animal guys.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot different than what I thought it would be.
It's a lot different. Um, in fact, here, let's just.
Yeah, I want to see the man. Ooh,
Now, there's some weird shit in this dungeon too. Like random animals. Like there's a fucking cobra.
I see more hot milk.
Yep. Yep. There's like TVs with like really gay men rubbing themselves. And like,
We don't see anything graphically though.
no, there's a fucking goose for some reason just standing
Tobias!
there.
There's a hawk. It really does look like someone just had fun with mods and they were like being silly and they're like, let's turn it into a game.
So once this wolf man jumps out at you, runs and beats the shit out of you, you get to this cutscene where you're in a cage that says slave pet free to use. And there's lots of white milk on the bottom of this cage, and all these animal dudes are like around you, and the narrator's like, oh shit, looks like they caught me. I don't know, tell me, is this a bad ending or a good ending? And then the next thing you see is you're strapped to this wheel and they're spinning you around.
This game is keeping me on my toes. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
expect
like,
anything that's gonna come next.
that is, yes.
Unintended.
Yes. So I'm like, okay. And so I go into the menu to look at the controls. I'm like, okay, can I fight back? And they list a bunch of controls, like, oh, use inventory, use item 1, 2, go into your inventory, like zoom in and attack. No. I don't know what that was for, but the only thing you can do is turn a flashlight on. You can crouch, you can jump, and you can sprint.
Jerica, is this a stealth game?
Kind of.
That's amazing.
Kind of, because now you're like, oh, okay. You have to get out of the dungeon and escape without the animal dudes finding you because they're gonna put you in a cage and use you. Which
Not a fan.
I thought this is what he signed up for,
Yeah, me too.
but apparently not. But yeah, there's lots of weird shit in this dungeon as you navigate it, collecting your hot, sticky, thick milk and your dungeon sets. There was one hallway that there's just a random fucking capybara just walking around,
Aw,
and I'm like, all
did
right,
you pet it?
no, you can't
Yeah, I don't
interact.
think so.
You could only you can interact with doors to open and close them. You can interact with the milk. You can interact with the dungeon set and the key. And that's it. You cannot do anything else except walk around, look at some very weird, disturbing shit, and run away from animal guys. But there's some interesting, like, this dungeon is like, it's very dungeony, and there's like, but then there's places where it looks like some sort of weird shack, and there's like stairs in one area, and lots of statues of dudes, and there's a room with a tub in it, and a TV set playing some sort of like Russian TV show or whatever about dudes, and I'm going around this dungeon. I'm like, it's kind of fucked up. This is a lot less sexy than I thought it was gonna be.
A lot more scary.
Yeah,
I don't want to be beat up by a big wolf man.
I mean, some people do.
This is a fitting episode to put out after Big B.
Indeed. Turns out though that the wolf guy and the dog guy and the deer guy and fucking Anubis for some reason,
Right?
um, eh, this is not the scariest thing that's in here.
Okay, tell me.
Laura, there are fucking jump scares in this game.
Oh my, yes!
And I'm gonna find one for you right now because it fucked me up.
The good news is that I get scared by jump scares even if I know they're coming.
Okay, yeah, there's this random room with a tub. I don't know whose house this is. Oh yeah, there's a morgue with just dead
Oh
bodies.
no, that does not bode well for us. I do not like all the roaches everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Oh
Yeah,
god!
there's that.
What the hell?
That was some fucking ghoul-looking monster thing, just kind of like right there in the tunnel, like peeking out from like a corner of a tunnel, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So that was fucking scary as shit. Yeah, I died. Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
that.
oh, I thought that was your ass. Wait, what is that? You're passing up all this milk. Oh, it is an ass, just not yours. Wait, is it?
It's some sort of creature that has an ass for a head.
Oh god, okay.
Yeah, the music is real fucking unnerving. Yeah, I'm passing up all the milk because I already had my 30.
Yeah.
Um,
You have 2 flashlights. What do you need? Jesus Christ.
yep, there's the jump scare. Some weird, and it wasn't even a scary thing.
It was just some normal ass dude's face.
It kind of
Yeah.
looked like Ted Lasso a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
It just came at it,
It just
at you.
appeared out of nowhere with like a ah.
Yeah, but there was earlier before that there was an actual scary ass looking thing that did that, and I'm playing this game right, and I'm like, and that happened. I'm like, fucking hell! I'm like, I don't need this in my life.
This is not the experience either of us were expecting.
No, it's not.
And I'm here for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but there's what I've discovered about this dungeon level is, um, I was going around in fucking circles because all I needed to do at one point, I found the key in the gym, is save the dungeon masters, which I had found earlier in the game. There were these dudes locked up in a cage. I'm like, okay. I could not for the life I have not found where that fucking room is again. Because it gets harder and harder to move around the more stuff you get because there's just more dudes everywhere. And the corridors are so tight that like you can't run past them. And
Out of curiosity, I have looked it up on Steam, and the first tag for this game is psychological horror.
I must have missed that.
It says, similar to games you've played, Outlast. So this is indeed supposed to be a horror game. It's amazing.
Well, I did not see that.
It makes it so much funnier that you didn't see it. It also says this is the censored version in the description.
Oh. Oh.
It's a unique furry horror with a deep plot, a lot of muscular Mr. Furries, great sound effects, and a creepy atmosphere of muscular furry dungeon. And then it has the male symbol after that.
I want to know. Well, okay.
What?
Deep plot is not something I would describe this game as having.
Yeah.
But you go through all these rooms. There's like a room where there's a stripper pole. Like, there's no one else in here. You're the only one in here.
Well, the strippers can't be stripping all the
Yeah,
time.
and there's like a
They're off
bar,
duty.
there's like a swimming pool, there's a gym, um, there's these random areas, there's like fucking Goose again. There's like things with like tools, like torture tools on the wall.
Oh God.
There's refrigerators who the doors just keep opening and closing by themselves.
I have noticed a concerning amount of fridges.
Yeah. Um,
Why do you have 2 flashlights?
I don't know.
Your character is just holding 2 flashlights.
Yep,
And it's
that's
definitely you have the exact same marks on your hands, so it's definitely just a mirrored image.
yep, sure is. Oh yeah, there's these golden statues of dudes wearing various things. But you come into these same rooms over and over again, and I keep dying, and I'm like, where the fuck is that fucking place where I found before with the actual people? There's like a truck in here.
Why is there a truck inside?
I don't know. Well, trying to look for these people in the cage again, I could not find them. So I eventually just went back to the main menu. Because when you start the game, you can choose, there's 3 levels. There's the dungeon, there's the forest, and then there's the castle.
The forest sounds terrifying.
Oh, it is.
Oh God. The scariest movie I've ever seen is the new Blair Witch, specifically because they're in the forest at night.
There's a new Blair Witch?
Well, I mean, like, as opposed to the old one. They're
Oh,
two
I didn't know
different
there
ones.
was a new one.
We should watch it, and I'll be scared.
So, fun fact about the original Blair Witch.
Okay.
My brother and I went to. And Pierre, you should be listening to this, so you will remember this. I better hear that we're talking about you about this, because that means you listen to our podcast. Anyway, we went to go see Blair Witch, and we watched it, and we came out of the theater,
You
and we
watched
just.
the first one in theaters? No, I thought that came out in, like the 90s.
Laura? It came out when it came out.
No, they came out in 99, the
Yeah.
first one. Sorry. I thought it was, like, older than it is.
Oh, yeah. We watched Blair Witch, and we came out of the
Okay.
theater, and we were fucking laughing our asses off.
Yeah, the first one was terrible.
Like, just, we couldn't stop laughing. And then we get in my car, and we just ended up driving around. And we ended up driving somewhere, like, out in the, like, boonies somewhere. And it got kind of creepy because it was dark. And then
Yeah,
for
what the fuck?
whatever the reason, I had in my tape player in my car.
Okay.
I hate this so much.
I used a CD player, so we're not very different. You and I.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Was playing like thunderstorm sounds. I don't know
Why?
why. I don't know. But between that and it was dark and we got lost, and we ended up in this town called Hannah.
Isn't that from Blair Witch?
I don't know, but there's a town called Hannah, and because we were in Northwest Indiana. And we're like, we had to stop and ask for directions at
No.
this gas station
No.
because that was the only thing there.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. Now, mind you, listeners, you're probably like, why did you have to ask for directions? Where did you not get service on your phone?
Well, there was just no service in that area.
Yeah, this was 1999. There was no GPS.
Hey,
Okay.
I remember when my dad bought a GPS for the car. So, like, not on his phone, but we were like, oh my God, you have the GPS. Here it is. And you could hold the
Yeah.
GPS. It wasn't just maps or
And it
Waze
was
on your phone.
several hundred
Yeah.
dollars too. And like, this was okay. All right, listeners, I'm fucking old. Okay. Yes, the secret is out. I am an old lady. Okay.
She's like
I
65.
Well, this has been the last episode of this podcast.
I lied.
I am not 65,
Mhm.
but I was around when we had to like use MapQuest to get maps and then print them out and take them with us. Anyway, yeah, so we had to stop at this creepy ass gas station and ask these creepy ass dudes how to get home. And it was the juxtaposition of the Blair Witch and then this whole situation, it was something that I'll never forget,
Yeah, my mom just died in the forest.
even if it was like 30 years ago.
Mhm. I'm actually really happy because I had thought yesterday, I was like, "Oh, damn, we should have timed this so that we would have, like, horror games coming out in October," and it turns out we do!
Total accident there.
We did it on purpose.
Yes, we did it. We totally did it on purpose. I totally knew that this was a horror game going into it.
Yes.
I was not surprised or freaked out or scared at all. So I went to the next level, which was the forest. And the narration here is the idea. So it's like you're like, oh yeah, it's for our my next phase in my man journey or whatever the fuck. We took a helicopter to this forest, and I'm like,
Wait, what?
yeah. Apparently, he's on some sort of man journey or hot man
Are
journey.
we currently okay, so but this is like he is still playing the game?
I don't think he's playing the game anymore. He was
Okay, so
playing the
he
game, and then the animal dudes appeared in his apartment, and they whisked them away.
okay, so yeah, this whole thing has been real life. I was thinking this was happening in the game. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So he made a mistake. He shouldn't he What we're playing is essentially Jumanji.
you know what? I hadn't thought about that, but maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. What is that? What exactly does he say happens here? Hold on. He was a casual gamer who decided to play Mr. Furry, and he didn't admire it, and he didn't like it, and he started cursing and yelling at it. Now, mind you, he is in his underwear playing this game.
Yeah,
So
but he lives alone.
he must have had different expectations for this game, much like I had different expectations for this game.
He looks fucking pissed.
The hot men come, and like I said, he liked the smell of them, and they decided to punish him, and he went with them, and then there's this portal, and that's how they get in. So maybe they go into the game. I'm not sure. The game does not make it very clear if this is his actual life or he gets pulled into the game or what.
I think they Jumanji'd it. That's just what I'm gonna believe for the
You know
rest.
what? Let's go with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So this is the second part of his hot man journey
I just feel
experience.
really bad for him because he was like, "Ooh, okay, these hot men are actually here. I like this and what it means for my ass." And then they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
He didn't want that.
but he did
He
not.
wanted an ass adventure.
Well, what's coming next? I'm sure if he didn't want that, what's coming next, he surely did not want.
Poor man.
So now you're in this like forest, but like there's walls. There's these tall wooden walls all around this area, and there's like a little river. And your objectives this time: drink hot milk, of course.
Yeah.
You have to eat magic plants, and you have to kiss wise trees.
Holy fuck.
Mhm. Yeah, you're in this forest area, and the plants do not look like things you should eat. They look like things that could eat you. These magic
In a
plants.
good way?
In a I don't want to get near this fucking thing. It's going to
Oh,
kill me
okay.
way. Um. Now the wise trees, they're these big trees with faces on them.
How would they be wise otherwise?
I guess so. And once you now, there is no animation for kissing them. You just hit E to do it, and it does it. But once you kiss them, then they open their mouths, and then like from their mouths comes this like white mist.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I found this level a lot easier because it's just all open, so you can run away from the dudes a lot easier.
The real men.
Oh yeah, the real men.
He keeps calling them the real men.
Yeah, it's just one was easy because I'm just like literally running around finding the shit and doing the things. But there's some weird shit in this one. There's some spiders that popped up that I did not care for, as you well know. There's these weird worm-looking things. The milk is everywhere. There's also these giant mushrooms that have fucking faces, and they're just the nightmare faces.
Do they like chase you? Like, how are they so dangerous?
I
Because
don't
they're
know.
mushrooms.
I
They're
don't
in the
know, but
ground.
they're terrifying, and I did not go near them because I did not want to find out.
I would have gone near him anyway, and I would have been like, "Oh, I died."
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can avoid these fuckers. I can just run around. Oh yeah, and there's rhinos.
Rhinos are scary.
Yeah, but they don't do anything to you.
Oh, you don't get to put them.
You do not get to pet them. Okay, so after you do all the things, you have to return to the portal, and that's when I found out. Like, oh, once I had freed these dungeon masters, that's what I would have had to do in the dungeon. Is return to the portal, and then what happens is you get a cutscene, and now you're wearing different underwear, but you're just in this parking garage, and you're holding a flashlight, or I'm not sure what that is.
It looks like a big, like, fake cigarette.
Oh, it could be oh yeah, it's a cigar.
Oh, it yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
Whoa, there's maps.
so you're just in this parking garage smoking a cigar, and then the real men, the animal dudes, come over and they start talking to you, and then they start beating the shit out of you, like all
Stop
of them.
beating him up!
And then they're dancing after they
They're
beat the shit.
fucking taunting me. Hate them.
And
Oh
then they
no.
put you in this contraption that looks like, the stocks, right? So you're like your head and arms are locked in there, but then there's steps, and you're kind of bent over. And I think, listeners, you can see what's about to happen.
I don't think he wants the hot men anymore though, because in the beginning he was like, "Ooh, my ass is gonna go on an adventure," and I don't think he wants that anymore. They beat him up too much.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, anyways, they all like jump at the same time, just as it fades out, and you just hear this ah.
Oh, that's so unsettling.
And then, with no narration, we end up in the castle.
Again?
Well, the first one is a dungeon. This is the dark castle.
Oh, okay.
So you're in this castle now, and the objective in this level there's only 3 levels, but it does say more coming soon, which is frightening. uh, so your objectives here are drink hot milk. It's always 30. You never have to drink less or more. You have to collect sticky white spheres.
What the fuck are sticky white spheres supposed to be?
They look like glowing orb things, so I don't know what the fuck. And then you gotta collect scrolls.
Okay.
It never tells you how many scrolls you have to collect.
Just keep going for it.
One, because I never actually found any of the scrolls.
Oh no!
And then I did a little research and watched someone else do it, and like, oh, okay, I never would have found them because the scrolls are just random pictures or posters that if you had not gotten close enough for it to have the option come up, you would never know. So you go through this castle, and there's like, this looks a lot. This one, it's not as fucked up. Actually, it looks like kind of just like an abandoned castle, right? There's lots of steps, and then there's a couple. It's confusing though. There's like a these stone areas. There's like a kitchen area. There's also an area that's just a little town on a street. So let me explain this. What I have failed to mention thus far is every time you get beat up and die, you randomly respawn somewhere.
That's unfortunate.
Especially when you respawn. Oh, I respawn and there's a dude right there and he's beating the shit out of me again. And you have no control over this. There's no map, so you have no idea where you are. They caught me, and next thing I know, I'm on a street, and I'm like, what the fuck? And there's houses, and there's like apartment buildings and shit, and cars and mailboxes. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? So I'm like, well, but there's milk everywhere, so I'm like running around collecting the milk, right?
Always the first priority.
Yep. And then I see like a portal door. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go through this portal door, and then I end up back in the castle. But then I found out there is a path out of the castle onto the street. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes some sense.
There's just a castle like in a neighborhood.
Apparently.
Okay.
This map is the worst map because it's hard to tell where the fuck you are or where things lead. And there's one section that you literally just can't get to because there's a dude in the hallway doing jumping jacks and you can't get around him.
Okay.
You just can't. And it's like, well, I don't know what's down there. It's some sort of construction area. And I don't know what's there because I can never get there because I can't get past him.
You can crouch. You gotta crouch and time it, right?
The hallway's too narrow. It's only one dude like wide.
There's only space for one man in here.
And at one point I respawned in like this medieval looking upstairs bedroom situation where all these beds are. And these guys are everywhere. And when they're not just kind of walking around, they are like doing jumping jacks.
Why do they love jumping jacks so much?
Because they're buff. They got to keep them in shape.
I guess.
When you do all the things, you just go back to the main menu. There is no resolution to the story. So you don't know what actually happens to this guy.
What does the final scene look like?
There is no final scene.
So you drink the hot milk, you collect the sticky white spheres, and you collect scrolls.
And you go back to the portal, and it takes you to the main menu.
Okay.
There's no payoff for all of this. And I was like, well, that's just disappointing. As all this build up, and then you don't get to finish. Which now that I think about it,
phrase it that way.
yeah, now when I phrase it that way, that might have been the point.
Holy fuck, this game is a piece of art.
Right?
It's a whole metaphor.
Exactly.
Jericho, I don't even think there's anything to fix in this game. It's perfect.
You don't think so, huh?
No.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is nothing to fix.
Okay, but did you come up with things to fix?
Yes. What we need is just a little bit more like, hey, you're going to be running from shit. Like some sort of like indication that like don't expect to be able to like fight these guys back, right? So when I hit go to the controls, I wanted to say run, crouch, jump, use flashlight, and then nothing else. Do not tell me about items that I might be able to use or an inventory button that does not work. Don't give me false hope. But if you think about it a different way, it is kind of brilliant.
Okay.
Because it's all about subverting expectations.
It really, really is. It subverted every expectation I had. I did not see a single dick in this game.
That is one thing I would like to fix, actually.
Well, it says it's a censored version, so maybe there's an uncensored version somewhere.
Did I spend 50 cents on a censored version of a
You
game?
did. That's what Steam said.
Hold on. What does it say in my library? It says it doesn't tell me.
Oh, it's on the Steam store page.
Oh, it's $1 now.
You got a fucking deal. Description says collect 18 bottles with hot milk. That's
Yeah.
inaccurate. Gotta fix that. I also never saw the Orca Man.
Oh my gosh. Yes, there's a DLC for 18 plus.
Holy shit.
We're gonna have to re-record this episode because oh, oh, okay. Holy shit! Did
What?
you? Okay, I don't know if you saw this, but you have to
The
see that.
DLC?
Yeah, did you
I'm
look at
finding
it?
it. No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, I am so upset now. Oh my gosh, because there's a screenshot that says, "Okay, save the dungeon masters, get fucked by Mr. Furry,
Holy shit.
collect BDSM sets, drink hot loads." Okay, so they're not even. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then there's like dudes walking around with like giant dongs.
This dong is literally as big as his arm.
Oh, there's like oh.
Oh, this one has a lot of dicks. These things are just flopping out everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit, that's a big dick.
Bruh, they fixed it for us already. Okay, the milk bottles say hot load 100% cum.
Amazing. But why bother sell the other game if it is supposed to be just this
Okay,
porn
I'm
game?
gonna change my Steam settings because it excluded this based on my preferences, and I want to know what preferences I have set up that it's gonna not show me fucking dicks. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I drink beer. You get to drink beer?
Damn.
Okay. Well, listeners, I have done you a disservice by not paying attention,
That's amazing.
and I'm not going to download the DLC because I do not know if I will ever play this game again. Unless you guys want me to stream it. But I can't do the dick one.
And you're gonna have to figure out where you can stream dicks because it's not gonna be on Twitch.
No, it will not. No, it will not. Yeah. It's I am very upset about this now.
Is this what you had on your did you make things that you wanted to fix?
Well, yeah, this was one of it.
Yeah.
Also, I personally would have liked a little bit more explanation about what goes on. But apparently, the DLC mentions deep story, so maybe they had to for the toned down version, they had to cut a lot of the actual story out.
Oh yeah. Wow. What an adventure this has been. We just keep
Yeah,
discovering things.
yes. This is less we fix games and we experience games,
Yeah,
right?
this is a spin-off We Discover Games.
I would like a character creator.
I think that would add to it so much.
Yeah, you should be able to pick what you look like, right?
Mhm.
And why can't you be a furry? That seems
Maybe if you were a furry, they would just accept you and it would be like, well, now you're just one of them. Like you're on the
that,
other side of it.
that should be the goal, right?
Yes.
Like so what should happen is that every white sticky thick milk that you drink I'm sorry. White sticky thick milk that you drink, you should be slowly turning into a hot furry man, right?
Because otherwise, why are you drinking it?
It does actually give you health.
No, it doesn't.
Actually, it does. Like there, you do have health, And when they hit you, the health goes down. But if you go and drink some of the milk, your health goes back up a little bit.
Okay. I still think that you should be turning into a furry with the hot sticky milk.
Yes, I agree.
You are what you eat, you know?
And then and then at the end of the game, like you're like you find Mr. Furry, and then he looks upon you and he acknowledges you and accepts you. And that's when your ass gets happy.
And that's like the twist on all of this is like, oh, you thought this was just a psychological torture dungeon, but really it was a test. You wanted Mr. Furry? Okay. Welcome to Mr. Furry.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm gonna cut this part, but okay, cut that bitch. That's just a future note to myself.
Don't call yourself a bitch.
Okay, I won't.
Thank you. Now I have previously said on this podcast that every game needs a Pinocchio.
hmm
I do not think this game needs a Pinocchio.
What the No, this game needs a Pinocchio. Can you Last time we said, can you imagine what he uses that nose for? And this game we figure it out. It would be like, "Are you
Okay.
enjoying yourself?" And he would say, "No, I'm super bored." And then guess how that would feel to the other person? Because really, he is enjoying himself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, you've convinced me. I stand by my original convictions. Every game needs a Pinocchio.
Every game, I cannot imagine a game that he would not fit into.
I think you're right there, actually. I think you might be right. Also, another thing I would like fix about this game is I would like a broader array of beastmen.
Yeah,
There's lots of canine centric ones. We do get the deer, which is nice.
that was the only unique one that I saw. Or
Yeah.
not unique, but non-canine.
Yeah. They all seem to be kind of canine. Where is I mean, there's no cat guys. I know cat girls
That
are a
is
thing.
surprising.
There's no cat boys. There's no, well, I guess there wouldn't be anything for the scalies, right? Because it's Mr. Furry, not Mr. Scaly.
I think you could still be a lizard furry.
No, they're called scalies.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because these are
Well,
things I know for reasons.
um, I saw that orca in the title card.
And
Never saw the orca in the game.
does not show up in the game.
And
But like,
fun fact about whale dicks is that it's commonly believed by people who think about this kind of thing, that the Loch Ness monster originated with whale dicks. So it would have been perfect for this game. Because they, put them out there and just flop around everywhere. And if you think about
mhm,
it, they kind of look like the Loch Ness monster.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, like give us some like there are many more mammals.
hmm
There's furry creatures. There's like aardvarks. That's a really weird
What
thing for
the
me to
fuck? Is that the one you thought of? What
know.
ab
I don't know.
Oh my god, no, what about a wombat? Because wombats, I don't know if you know this or not,
I
you
do
probably
know.
do, because
I
it's
do.
memorizing. But for those of you listening, if you go into a wombat tunnel with the wombat in there, well, they don't want you there, and they will defend themselves by crushing you with their ass, and they do kill animals by suffocating them with their ass, so
That's a whole subgenre of kink, so.
you could fit it in this game.
Yeah, but like there's no zebra, there's no
Sorry, do you
giraffe.
say that like that on purpose too?
What?
A
Zebra?
zebra? Yeah. I never heard anyone from the US say it like that.
Well, maybe I'm not from the US.
You fucking sneak.
Listen, it is okay. Let me be real.
Okay.
Nope, I'm not gonna grab the microphone. You'll yell at me. Let me be real for a second. I will confess that I am an Anglophile. I am obsessed with British culture. And so,
Okay.
yes, I say the word zebra.
I do also notice that you spell color with a U.
Color and flavor and favorite all have U's. Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay.
Um, all my temperatures and everything is in Celsius. Uh,
Wow.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep, yep.
fine. Live your life however you want to live.
Um, you know what? I appreciate that because I do want to live my life in a certain way,
Mhm.
and that's with saying zebra.
Mhm.
Fun fact, though, the U.S. is in Canada. No, not even Canada, because I think Canada says the U.S. is the only one that pronounces the last letter of the alphabet as Z.
Yeah, I did know that. It's weird.
Yeah, even our lots of our friends who live in Canada, you know who you are, and you should be listening. Will pronounce it as Z.
So
So that's
funny.
why it's zebra.
Don't know where the D comes from.
Laura, we talked about this game for an hour now, and you do not know where the D comes from.
Yeah, we've gotten really off track, so thanks for bringing us back to the game. This game is fixed already.
I know. You know what? I was playing this, and I'm like, this game. I don't. But then now that we've talked about it, I'm like,
Mhm.
I like it a lot more now.
I love this game, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, it's so random, and it's like kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
but like, there's a certain beauty to that.
Mhm. Yeah, just to be clear, I do think it is bad to kidnap people and put them in your dungeon, but sometimes you gotta play bad things, you know?
Yeah, and all right, now I kind of want to download the DLC and find out if the story does get better.
Give us an update when we record next.
Yeah. God, that thing scared the shit. Like, there was another thing. The jump scares, I was not ready for that. I'm gonna be honest. I was not ready for jump scares. And you know what? Here's something else. This is actually something that should, so to fix this game, create, character customization, more diversity in your furries. And if you're gonna have jump scares, like, I don't want weird, creepy monsters. Just jump scare me with a dick in my face, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah, that was weird. It was weird too.
Because that was really funny.
I'm not trying to say that Ted Lasso is a creepy monster.
No, Ted Lasso is wonderful.
I've never watched the show.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good.
I hear, but
I mean, should we wrap it up there?
well, there's no wrapping up in this game. That's for sure.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
all raw dog in it.
Hmm. I mean, not in this game, maybe in the DLC.
True. True. I'm still upset about that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's really funny. It's funny.
So I think we're gonna end it there. I think just with just a little bit of diversity, a little bit of a character customization, and I guess more levels that are promised.
Mhm.
This game will be awesome.
This is a wonderful game. I'm rating it 5 out of 5. Thick, frothy, sticky milks.
I will give this game. I will rate this game 4 nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Before we end, though, I have a little thing for all of you maybe to participate in, if you want.
Ooh, ooh.
Okay, so for the first weekend in November, Extra Life is happening, which is like a charity stream to help
Yeah.
hmm The funds raised go to the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. And last year, I donated something to our friend More Than Mia's marathon stream. I made a little cat dice tray and a little dice box. And I'm going to do it again this year. So I'm going to give you a little information about it of where to go if you want to watch this marathon stream. It's fucking crazy. She gets like this huge team of streamers and they stream for like 3 whole days. So
That's a lot of days.
yeah, so you can just pop in whenever you want, and the more you watch, the more fun it is. But you don't have to watch the whole thing because you have to go to sleep at some point, you know?
And presumably work and eat.
Eh. Mia's stream team is Team Sandbox. It's adorable. This is Team Sandbox's 6th year participating. Team Sandbox will be doing a relay marathon across the entire weekend of Friday, November 1st to Sunday, November 3rd. Each year, they've raised more than the last, and this year they want to break the outrageous record of $10,000 raised. Over the whole weekend, Team Sandbox raised $10,000 for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals, which is more money than I have. So,
It's more money than we both have combined.
it's true. This year, they're going to be bringing back art prizes for minimum donations. And then, if you want to go to that stream and all, you don't have to donate even if you just like visit the stream. That's helpful too. Obviously, donations are, you know, the goal, but you can follow Mia's channel, twitch.tv/more than a Mia, and I'll also link that. So go ahead and follow her for updates. And then our beautiful friend Irene is also part of a Extra Life stream team.
Hi, Irene.
Hi Irene, we love you. Her thing is GoatCon, which you know I love because I love goats. And I'm also going to be donating something to that, and it's going to be a dice tray with a carved goat face in it, which is amazing. I'm really excited to make it. I'm also going to put the link for that in. Her team does more tabletop RPGs. So Mia's team does video games, Irene's team does tabletop RPGs. It would be wonderful for you to visit either one of them. For Irene, it's extra-life.org/team/GoatCon. That's a lot, so it's also going in the episode description, a link to that. I might play an Irene's game this year. It's gonna depend on scheduling, because I'm gonna be gone for part of it. Like I have an event going on, but I might be able to go, so that'll be fun. So yeah, that is November 2nd to November 3rd. If you would like to talk to us between episodes or see what kind of silly fun facts or outtakes I post, we are on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at We Fix Games. YouTube is The Real We Fix Games. I am personally on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube actually at GlomD. Jericho, where can they find you? Please.
They can find me right behind them because I'm always watching.
Ooh,
Or
sneaky.
on Instagram at Jerica Sparkle Lady. And that's about it because, as we have discovered in this episode, I am old.
Everything will be linked in the episode description or on our website, wefixgames.net.
Listen, I don't have a huge online presence, but
Mhm.
if you guys want me to, then let me know. Tell me that you want me.
I want you.
Okay, but I want to hear it from them too.
Okay, I want to hear from you guys too. We have a Discord also that is linked, and we have
Yes.
fun things on it. And by the time this goes out, it will be released to the public.
And 100% you will find me there. because I am a fucking Discord addict.
So, any fucking way, I've been Laura.
And I've been Jerica.
And remember, life's too short to play back in.
Mooches!